Hey friends, today we're attending the Taunton Doll Show in Mass. This is my third doll slash Barbie show that I've been to so far this year, and I am beyond excited. So I first walk in this vendor. She was such a sweet lady. She had so many different types of dolls. But, they were a little pricey, but at the same time, what I'm looking for is if the doll has good quality clothing that I could easily restyle, and then the Barbie doll, I could either decide to keep it or put it on my Whatnot show. I hope you guys are following me on my Whatnot show. I do have them once or twice a week, depending on what type of inventory I have for that week. So right now, I'm still just browsing through, manically looking for the one Barbie doll that I've been looking for. Nah, I don't even know what I'm looking for, to be honest with you guys. So I did come across a couple of dolls I did pick up with this vendor, but you're gonna have to watch the next video. Yes, I'm gonna leave you guys on a hang note because I want you guys to engage with me in my other videos. So I was really looking at this doll slash Barbie show, looking for Barbies or dolls to add to my inventory. Maybe there might be a few that I could resell, but again, the prices are pretty high, so I wouldn't really make any money if I had to resell these dolls. I would actually lose money. So she had different price points, which is what I like. Anything behind the glass is always expensive. She did have one Barbie doll that I really wanted to get. It was the Julia nurse, but she was $95 and I only had $100 with me. So that would have been that would have ate into my budget. But I still got a lot of items for $100 and I can't wait to share them with you guys in the next video. So we're still browsing, we're still looking. She had so many different Barbies, vintage Barbies, 80s, 90s, replicas, and I just love the outfits on these dolls. Now this one I came across, I don't know if this was a dental chair, but it was like a 3 combo pack. I ended up not getting it, I wish I did. And now that I'm looking at the quarter, I see peaches and cream, and then there's a golden Barbie. So what I like about these videos, when I edit them, I get to go back and see so many dolls that I miss. But when you're in the moment, you're not really thinking straight. You're just so excited to be there and the rush of going through the Barbies. And then sometimes there are a lot of people around you too, so I try to be mindful and respectful, give people a chance before I, hover in, so that way they could pick as well. So this is the same vendor. I'm still going through her dolls. I mean, she had rows of Barbies, about maybe 4 or 5 tables of beds at different price points. So the dolls that she had, some of them were $10, some of them were $40, $50. But I did get a few, and she was very kind, very sweet. So I love meeting sweet vendors. The next table I went to, their price was very expensive for me, but again, I only bought $100. But they had a lot of unique dolls, and I like talking to each vendor just to get a little feel of what their collection is, how long they've been doing this, and if this is something they do year round or if they have a store. They had so many nice dolls. And I'm looking down here on the table. I'm just noticing this Cadillac car. I wish I would have picked that up. I think it's a Dawn car. I didn't even know Dawn dolls had a Cadillac car. So it's just nice to see what these vendors have on the table. Now, I did see the Julia Barbie doll, and she was $195. So more than what the other vendor was asking for. So of course I did not get it, but you know what? The Julia doll is something that's going to be on my wish list. Now this is the third vendor I went to, and she had so many Barbies and dolls, and she was such a kind lady. I really wish I would have put in our conversation, but again, I did not get her permission to use her in my video or use the audio of the conversation we have in the video. But I would have known she would have wanted to be in the video because she did ask me, what am I doing with the camera? I was the 7th person that came to her table that was recorded, and this was a time for me to introduce myself. I told her I have a YouTube content by Pia's daughter. I hope you guys are watching this and subscribing to it. And then I told her I also do content on Instagram. She was so fascinated by the whole thing. And we were talking. She had really good deals. Like if you would buy a Barbie, she would give you a free ornament. She had a lot of holiday Barbies and holiday, Christmas coming up. These dolls do very good around the holidays, nostalgia for some people that had them when they were a child and they want to give it to a gift to a friend or for themselves. One unique item she had, and I was not really going to buy this item, but I just got sold by how kind this woman was, and she basically sold me an item. She had this game board, and this is a replica. Now, this came with a good deal. I'm not going to tell you guys because I want to save some content for the other video. But she was telling me it is the Barbie Queen game. I didn't even know that Barbie Queen game, I didn't even know that Barbie had a game board. I didn't even know this. So, but she was telling me that every single Barbie person, the collector that came by her table, she was trying to tell them about it, but they weren't interested. I know that my customers that follow me, I know they're going to love this game board. So I told her, yes, I'll absolutely get it. And then she did tell me again that it's a replica, not the original. She was such a sweet lady. I ended up getting it, which honestly, I was not going to get it because I was like, well, how am I going to sell this? But then I'm like, you know what? This is something that's unique that I could have in my store on Whatnot. A lot of times my buyers, they're looking for unique memorabilia, things that they could collect. So anytime I have a Barbie book, they always buy it. So I know this is going to get sold. And then I went to the fourth vendor. She had a lot of Barbies, a lot of dolls at $5 bids, which is what I like. My budget was $100. And then I met this other wonderful customer. She had a Reborn doll. We were talking. I did not put the audio or the footage because, I didn't get their permission. I'm just trying not to get sued here, guys. But I went to the other table, which is the fifth table. She had so many wonderful dolls and collections. And then I met another Reborn artist. This was her first show. I was so excited for her. And she told me she's been doing this for years. And she does have an Instagram account. I did follow her on Instagram and she did follow me back. But I just love the work that she did on these dolls. They were so cute, so adorable, so realistic. She does wonderful work. I will try to put her link in here so you guys could go follow her, give her a shout out if you're into Reborn dolls. This is the artist to shop from. So she had such wonderful dolls, such a nice person too. So I'm sorry I cut off everything, guys. I am gonna try to get an audio cam, a body cam, so I could give you guys better footage. So this is a 6 vendors table I went to. A lot of vintage dolls. Again, we're gonna turn around. You guys get to see a quick little glance of what I was looking at. There were so many dolls, so many things, and I don't know what dolls these are called. I forgot the name of them, but they're very unique. Tammy dolls. There we go, Tammy dolls. I saw a lot of Tammy dolls. Now this is the last vendor. I saved the best for last. This lady was selling, I don't know if it was her grandma's or a friend, but this person was a collector. I'm assuming that they're no longer, with us anymore, but they had so many vintage 80s, 90s, Y2K dolls in pristine condition. She was trying to make a deal with me by giving me more Barbies for a really good deal for low. Unfortunately, I only bought $100. And then she was like, why would you only bring $100 to a doll show? Well, broke Pia's room did. But she will be in the other doll show that is coming up in October. And I told her I will definitely bring more money next time. I hope she's going to be there. She told me she will. I mean, this woman had thousands of dolls. I'm not even exaggerating. She had a whole, maybe 5 or 6 tables of dolls. And then she had a whole row underneath her table. I mean, this woman honestly could have just done a whole weekend show. I don't think 5 hours was enough for her to sell all these dolls. And I'm like, wow, if I had my credit card with me or more money, I could have bought a lot of inventory for Whatnot, because a lot of these dolls in these fashion packets are exactly what my customers are looking for. They're looking for unique items, hard items that they can't come across. And this lady had it. So fingers crossed, guys. I really hope she's going to be there in October so I could buy more inventory. But I was just going through the clothing. I was going through all the accessory packages. I see here she has the Halloween Barbies. She had them at $25, which I believe is a really good price for them. But this is half of the table. I took a picture just to show you guys how she had the dolls. And now that picture, guys, if you're looking at the table, she has like 3 rows underneath the table of dolls. So just before the show ends, guys, subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to follow. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.